County. And the Wildcats' defensive front has been able to contain, for the most part, the wing T formation. So the defensive line tonight is going to be put to the test once again.
Definitely. The front line, the linebackers are all going to be under a lot of pressure. And we'll just have to see how it shakes out. Greenbriar only losses, of course, are to White House and Portland. And, of course, we've lost one game to White House, so it should be a very good football game.
And right now, the Bobcats getting ready to kick off to the Wildcats this evening, as it'll be number 12, Matt Hauser, deep for the Wildcats. Also back there, Josh Parsons, along with Chris Everley, as it will be kicking number 12, Brandon Holder, as this set up on the kickoff, as now the team will break from the huddle, standing behind the kicker, as we're just about to get this one underway. As is number 12, Brandon Holder kicking off, kicks the ball downfield. Will be taken by Everly at about the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and Chris Everly gets it out to about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will put it in play. 1st and 10 from that point, from their own 28-yard line. As Livingston Academy comes out, number 16, Robert Richardson comes out with the play from the sidelines to open the first series of downs for Livingston Academy. It will be a single back set, as it will be Josh Parsons in the backfield, Hauser and Everly to the near side. At the far side is Allred along with Looper is on first down. It's a handoff, goes to Parsons. Parsons breaks it. He gets to the 35-40, to the 45, and gets it out to about the 49-yard line. So Josh Parsons gets the big hitter here on the right side, as he got good blocking. He also saw a lot of room open up here on the right side and got sizable yardage.
What Livingston Academy is trying to do there, spread the field. They run the double slot formation. Greenbriar running what we call a cover 2, meaning they have 2 safeties. So they put the corners on the wide man, and then they had to split the linebackers out, and it leaves them a little thin up the middle.
And that play was effective on first down. So now it's 1st down and 10 once again for the Wildcats. That's near the 50-yard line. Quarterback Richardson hands it off to Parsons. Parsons breaks it up the middle once again, gets it down to about the Greenbriar 45-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 yards on first down for the running back for Livingston Academy, Josh Parsons.
2 carries, Parsons with 27 yards. So the double slot formation seems to be working, Sid.
Really looks good right now as far as the Wildcats are concerned. They're set up with now a 2nd down, as the yard marker across the way has it marked 4th down. I think they need to get that sorted out, but in any event, it is 2nd down for Livingston Academy. Richardson under center, 4 wide receivers once again. Richardson hands off. It goes to James Parsons. Parsons slowed and then will be tackled. Coming up to make the hit for Greenbriar was number 44, Derek Adams. As that time Parsons hit into the middle of the line and was able to get the ball forward for about a yard.
That time Greenbriar's outside linebackers cheated in, leaving the inside slot receivers uncovered, and they were able to help out on the run. That put enough people in the box to stop the run.
Right now the Wildcats set up with a 3rd down, as it is now the power I formation. James Parsons, Josh Parsons, along with Matt Hauser at the tail of the trio. Ball is handed off to Josh Parsons. Big hole up the middle. Parsons to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Gets it down to about the 26-yard line. Big hitter up the middle that time for Parsons. As he took the handoff, went straight up the middle, got big yardage, getting it all the way down to the 26-yard line. That was an 18-yard run that time by Parsons. So that sets up another 1st and 10 for Livingston Academy.
Livingston Academy in that power I formation gets everybody up in the box, but they've been real effective giving it to the 2nd back here. I think a lot of teams are keying on the deep back in that formation, and the 2nd back's been successful.
And right now, that same formation, power I set in the backfield, is this time Richardson will pitch it to Hauser. Hauser trying the left end, and will make it. Hauser gets to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Livingston Academy. Wildcats draw first blood as they score here in the first quarter on their first offensive series. And at 9 minutes and 32 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, Livingston Academy leads it by a score of 6-0, as it will be Joseph McGill coming on to attempt the extra point. out of the hold of Hauser. As the officials holding up play momentarily, now the official will step out. As the ball is snapped back, touchdown. The kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. The official waves the kick off as it was no good. So with 9 minutes and 32 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, it's Livingston Academy 6, Greenbriar nothing. And now Livingston Academy will be kicking off. Shaw's Daniels will be doing the kickoff duties as he comes forward, kicks the ball. It'll be short, be taken by an up man. And as the receiver catches the football, that was number 12, Brandon Holder. He is standing out of bounds. So Greenbriar will have the ball in pretty good shape as looking across the way. They'll be putting it in play from about the 31-yard line, as that's where they'll have it 1st and 10 at that point. And right now it will be the quarterback number 3, Stetson Dickerson, coming out, and he will be running this winged T offense. As I said before, this is almost a variation of the old single wing. It is a predominantly running, but right now 2 wide receivers, and the quarterback will have the football and will be brought down by number 62, Jeremy McDonald. Big tackle in the backfield. As that time Dickerson took the ball, tried to go around left end. Big Jeremy was there to bring him down for a loss.
Great play there by McDonald, and the Livingston Academy defense rising to the occasion here, Sid. A great drive by the offense, just what they needed. 5 plays on the ground. They go 72 yards. Now Greenbriar trying to answer. The Cats defense forcing them to 2nd and 11 here. And
right now, Dickerson brings his team to the line. He's under center as the shift is on now. Single running back, and Dickerson will hand it to number 16, and he will get around on the left end. Big yardage this time as the running back will get it up near the 48-yard line. As that time it was number 16, Jamie Wilhelm, the tailback, and he got great yardage that time, getting it all the way up to the 48-yard line of Greenbriar, just short of the midfield. So it'll be 1st and 10 at that point for the Bobcats as they are trying to answer the Livingston Academy score, as it will be Greenbriar coming to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Dickerson under center. 1 flanker here to the near side as the ball will be faked, and the quarterback Dickerson in the backfield. He's in trouble. He's sacked. Coming back in there, number 58, Matt Copeland.
Great play by Matt Copeland right there. Wildcats get a lot of contain over there from David Stockton, forced Dickerson to step back inside, and Copeland right there.
That time the Wildcats did not bite on the fake as the quarterback faked into the middle. He started to roll, was going to try and throw from the right side, and that time the Livingston Academy down linemen were able to get a good push off and get in there and get the quarterback for a loss. So it'll be 2nd down now as Livingston Academy jumps into their defensive set. Dickerson under center, and a Wildcat jumped into the neutral zone, and penalty markers will go down.
It's interesting, Sid, to note that what Livingston Academy is doing on defense, they're putting Chris Everley, the senior corner, more veteran corner, I guess, on the wide receiver, bringing Nathan Randolph, who's much better against the run and has had some big tackle games this year where he's had 10, 11 tackles in the game. They're putting him over the tight end with only 1 wide out. They're able to do that. They're playing some cover 3 and some cover 1, which means man-to-man and zone. They're mixing it up a little bit.
And at this point, you'll see Livingston Academy there shift into another defensive set as the quarterback Dickerson will take the ball and will break it up the middle, as this time he will get it across the 50, get it to the 45-yard line, and we'll take it down to about the 44-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down from that point. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 yard to go. As that time Dickerson took it up the middle, Wildcats were on the end zone coverage and the middle was open, and Dickerson was able to get good yardage, but it's 3rd and short right now.
He's a tough, hard-nosed runner, see. He's not going to go down easy. He's going to keep taking it to him all night, and it's up to the Wildcats defense to stop him.
And right now, a big 3rd down upcoming for Livingston Academy's defense as Greenbriar has the football. Dickerson will hand it off to number 44, and at this point it looks like he got the first down. We'll have to wait and see what the official will rule. As that time Derek Adams carried the football, and the football will be placed down. And right now the official going to call for the chains to come across the way, as this is going to be very close. It looks from this point that he does have the first down, but it's hard to tell sometimes on the field if it is a first down or not, and the officials having a little bit of trouble, so they're bringing the chains in from across the way.
It's going to be close there. That was Adams' first carry of the game. He, of course, is their big running back, has put up some 100-yard games this year, and he's a little short. And
that is just a little bit short, just inches away. So it's going to be fourth down, and Greenbriar brings on the punting unit maybe. As at this point, it is fourth and short. And they will go into a punt formation as Justin Adams will be standing back. As now the Livingston Academy team, Hauser will go deep to receive the punt. And the ball is snapped back. And the punt is away. A high booming punt. This one will go through the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for Livingston Academy.
Well, the thing about it is they gained 22 yards by punting it through the end zone. I thought he may try to pooch punt that and get it down inside the 10, but he killed it.
Or in that case also, it could have been a formation for a fake, as at that point it was fourth and short. Anything could have happened there on that play, but Greenbriar punts it. Livingston Academy has it first and 10 from their own 20-yard line, as Robert Richardson will come from the sidelines, bring in the offensive call, and we'll go into the huddle, break the huddle, and bring his team to the line of scrimmage. As it will be the power I formation once again. James Parsons, Josh Parsons, and Matt Hauser at the tail of the trio as Richardson goes under center on first down. Richardson hands it off to the fullback. That is James Parsons, and Parsons carries a few bodies up the field as he will get it to about the 25-yard line. So 5-yard pickup on first down for James Parsons.
Stephen Barlow pulled on that play and was able to get a good block. Parsons able to cut off of him. The left guard, the left guard pulling and making the block, and Parsons able to cut off of it for a good game.
And also, James also able to carry a few tacklers with him as he made good yardage on that first down carry. Second down now for Livingston Academy. Tall sweep will go to Hauser. Hauser gets a block. He's at the 30. Hauser gets it to about the 34, about the 34-yard line, as that is a first down for Livingston Academy. First and 10 for the Wildcats as the ball rests just short of the 35-yard line. With 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, it's Livingston Academy 6, Greenbriar nothing, as Livingston Academy comes to the line of scrimmage once again with the power I set once again for the Wildcats. Richardson under center, takes the snap, and we'll give it to Josh Parsons, and Parsons is collared and brought down after picking up about 2 yards on first down. Tackle made by number 56, Lucas Dempsey. And it will be second down for the Wildcats.
Excuse me, sir. Parsons seems to be more healthy tonight than the last couple of weeks. He had a slight separation in his shoulder a few weeks back, and tonight looks like he's back at near full strength.
And running hard tonight for Livingston Academy. 3 wide receiver set. Hauser goes in motion from left to right, as it will be a handoff once again to Josh Parsons. Parsons will get it to the 45, 46-yard line. First down, Wildcats. As Parsons running with some authority right now, he's getting some big holes up the middle. Offensive line making some big holes for him to cruise through up the middle. And then just straight individual effort there as he carried a couple of tackles with him for that first down.
Parsons had 59 yards rushing already in this first quarter. The thing about it that I find interesting is that we knew the game was going to be decided in the trenches, and Livingston Academy's winning that battle so far.
Right now, the Wildcat offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage as they are just blowing the defensive line for Greenbriar off. And Livingston Academy is going to take a timeout. So with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, it's Livingston Academy 6, Greenbriar nothing.
Working. We're doing all right.
Livingston Academy comes to the line of scrimmage. It will be a single wide receiver here to the near side. Jordan Looper, 2 wide receivers to the far side, single back in the backfield. Hauser becomes a man in motion to the near side. Richardson under center. Will give the handoff to Josh Parsons. Parsons, big hole. He gets it across the 50. Parsons carries it beyond the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Wildcats, as that time Parsons goes over the left end and gets big yardage once again. And the Wildcats moving right down the field with him.
7 carries, 70 yards for Parsons here in the first quarter.
Parsons rolling up some impressive numbers here in the first quarter for Livingston Academy, as now James Parsons will come in from the sidelines. And Josh will get a rest as James brings in the play to quarterback Robert Richardson. He will get into the huddle, break the huddle, and bring his team to the line of scrimmage. As it will be the same offensive set. This time it will be James Parsons at the single running back position. Hauser and Everley at the far side. Looper here at the near side. Now Hauser becomes the man in motion. The handoff will go to Hauser. Hauser trying to get around the corner and will be unable to do so, as that time number 23, Mark Raymer, and number 22, Brandon Hadju, come up and make the tackle on Matt Hauser, and he will lose a yard on first down, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. As now Richardson will go into the huddle once again, call the offensive play, bring his team to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Looper here to the short side of the field. 2 wide receivers, Hauser and Everly, to the far side of the field. James Parsons is the tailback. As Richardson goes under center, takes a snap, drops back the pass. Richardson, long pass downfield intended for Everly, is incomplete. It's coming up on the safety position, Jamie Wilhelm. And in that event, it looked like Everly was going to have to play defensive back, as Wilhelm had position on him and was in a good position maybe to intercept, but knocks the ball away, incomplete pass.
I just started to say before that play, Livingston Academy hadn't attempted a pass in the first quarter, and there they go and throw one.
And come up incomplete on that one, but make no mistake, the Wildcats will throw the football some tonight, but at this point, doing it on the ground, as Josh Parsons been the big ground gainer for Livingston Academy. Now it's an I formation in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. It is Hauser at the far side, as handoff will go to Parsons. Parsons, big hole up the middle. Parsons gets to the 40, gets it down to the 35-yard line. And depending on where the ball is spotted down, it looks like it will be just a bit short of a first down. It will be 4th down now for Livingston Academy, and decision time for the Wildcats.
What Livingston Academy's being able to do is Greenbrier's got 7 men in the box, and you always want to run the ball when you get 7 men in the box. If they put 8 up there to stop the run, then you throw. Tonight they've got 2 defensive ends, 2 defensive tackles, 3 linebackers, and they're playing a cover 2, so they got 2 safeties, 2 corners, and that we've been able to run against that 7-man front. And
right now, Wildcats going for it on 4th down and short. The ball is snapped. It will be given to Parsons. Parsons, first down again, as he will go over on the right side. Parsons gets ahead, number 65 with the tackle, J.B. Evans, but not before a 1st and 10 is achieved by the Livingston Academy running back, Josh Parsons. As with 1:30 left to go here in the first quarter, Wildcats have it 1st and 10, and the ball rests at the 32-yard line of Greenbriar. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Power I formation once again. James Parsons, Josh Parsons, and Matt Hauser in the backfield. Quarterback Richardson under center. We'll take and we'll give it to Josh Parsons. Parsons this time will be stood up. Coming in there, number 41, Justin Adams, to stand him up. And we'll get little if any yardage on first down, as that time a good defensive stand made by Greenbriar.
See, Greenbriar jumped into a 5-man front that time, and that gave them 8 men in the box, and with no wide receivers, all 11 defensive players started edging up a little closer, making it tougher to run up the middle in that situation.
Coming up the middle that time was the defense for Greenbriar, so it'll be 2nd down now. 8 yards to go for the first down. Power I formation in the backfield. Tall sweep will go to Hauser. Hauser going over on the right end, and it was tough going over there, as a lot of the defensive backs had come up to play the run, and that time Hauser being taken down by predominantly number 12, Brandon Holder, along with 3 or 4 other of the Greenbriar defenders. So it'll be 3rd down, no gain on the play. 3rd down and 8 for Livingston Academy.
they're still keen on Hauser at the deep back, which is why in that dead-eye formation or power eye, they're able to use the second back so well. And that time, again, the sweep wasn't there. It was there one time in the first half, and that's how we got 6 points.
And so, at the end of the first quarter, the score is Livingston Academy 6, Greenbriar nothing. Third down now for Livingston Academy to begin the second quarter, as it will be 3 wide receivers set. Everley and Hauser here to the near side. Looper at the far side. Single running back behind quarterback Robert Richardson on third down and 8. Richardson drops, will fire it to Hauser. Hauser will take it down to about the 25-yard line. At that point, it will be 4th down for Livingston Academy. Ball rests at the 25-yard line. So it'll be decision time once again for Livingston Academy, as it appears as though they will be going for it once again. Richardson gets the signal from the sidelines, and it will be Wildcats attempting another 4th down conversion. Single running back in the backfield. Looper here to the near side. Hauser and Everley at the far
6
side.
guys in the box.
Richardson under center, and will take and will roll to his right. Richardson looks down, fires the ball back across the middle. It is going to be incomplete, as that time trying to hit Hauser. The only man there close was number 12, Brandon Holder. Very fortunate the Wildcats didn't get intercepted, as it will be 1st and 10 now for the Bobcats.
They went with a 6-man front, which gave them 5 guys in coverage, and they were shadowing Hauser, trying to run that play that Livingston's run so successfully against Moore County and some other teams for the comeback route, and it just wasn't there. Rob tried to ad-lib a little bit, and it didn't work for us this time.
And, of course, the pressure by the Greenbriar defense also played a part in that, as I'm sure that Richardson was rushed a little bit on that throw. Anyway, it's 1st and 10 now for the Bobcats. Dickerson under center. Will fake, and then will give to number 16. He's in trouble. He's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Coming in there, number 60, David Stockton. As Stockton got the pressure down and got the tackle on the running back, Jamie Wilhelm. Big play that time by Stockton.
Good play by Stockton. He's been playing better every week, Sid, and he gets out there, makes the play, and Jonathan Cummings, outside linebacker on that side, right behind him. So Livingston Academy seems to know what Greenbriar is going to do right now, and they're doing a good job of stopping.
And right now it's going to be 2nd down and long for the Bobcats as they come to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback is going to be number 12, as he is in there at quarterback. As that is Holder, and Holder fires the ball. There's a penalty marker down on the play. Number 44 makes the reception. That is Derek Adams. But a penalty marker down on the play, and coming out of the backfield probably will be against Greenbriar.
Yeah, you want to think it's probably holding or, let's see, ineligible receiver.
Ineligible receiver downfield that time, so that'll back the Bobcats up even further. As right now the official discussing the option with Chris Everley, and Coach Matt Eldridge signals to push him back. So
if I'm not mistaken, that's a loss of down.
As we'll see what the chain gang across the way does, as the official has the ball backed up. And it is not. 2nd down. 2nd down and long, as it will be coming to the line of scrimmage. At quarterback will be number 12 once again, Brandon Holder. Holder will take and will fake and will give it, as there is a fumble on the play, and it looks like the Wildcats have got it. Livingston Academy with the recovery. Didn't see what happened that time, as the quarterback took it and faked it, and then it looked like he was trying to do a wraparound to one of the running backs, but anyway, the ball wound up in a Wildcat hand. So right now, Livingston Academy set up in great field position after the turnover by the Bobcats.
There's some kind of trick play there that they were trying to run, a misdirection handoff. Andrew Looper there to fall onto the Cats.
Great play by the Wildcat defense. It's 1st and 10, Livingston Academy. single running back in the backfield behind quarterback Robert Richardson. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Hauser becomes the man in motion as it will be handed off now to Parsons. Parsons in trouble, brought down behind the line of scrimmage as it was number 84, Casey Lanius. He came in there, made the tackle. So a big defensive stand right there by the Bobcats as after the turnover. And it will be a loss of about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down 12 now for Livingston Academy. Ball rests at the 17-yard line.
Lost a couple on that one.
2nd down Wildcats as it will be Looper and Hauser here to the near side. Everley to the far side. Single running back now. Hauser man in motion. Ball will be handed off once again to Parsons, and Parsons going to be stood up again as that time coming through was number 66, Jason Fryer, the first man to get there and hit Parsons. He was able to get ahead for about a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and long once again for Livingston Academy. 3rd down and 11 as the ball rests at the 16-yard line. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Livingston Academy trying to increase their lead after the turnover. They lead it 6-0 at this point, and right now set up with a 3rd down and long. So it'll be coming to the near side, Jordan Looper, also Andy Allred. Hauser and Everly to the far side. Single running back behind the quarterback, Robert Richardson, is Parsons, as Richardson drops back to pass. Richardson getting some pressure, fires it back, and it will be incomplete, as that time 2 Bobcats had a chance to make an interception, as it was number 12, Holder, who had the best shot at it, but was unable to come up with it. So it's 4th down now for Livingston Academy. And right now, Livingston Academy going to go for the field goal as Joseph McGill will be coming in to attempt the field goal for Livingston Academy. On 4th down, Hauser will be the holder. And McGill is ready. The ball is snapped back. It is touchdown. The kick is on the way. And the kick is good. So with 8 minutes and 17 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter, Livingston Academy extends its lead. It's now 9-0 in favor of Livingston Academy. So Livingston Academy, after the 33-yard field goal by Joseph McGill, extends their lead out to 9-0 in favor of the Wildcats, and Shaw's Daniels will be kicking off for Livingston Academy. Daniels comes forward, and it'll be another short kick. It will be taken by an up man, number 44, gets it at the 35 to 36, and then is snowed under. As coming downfield for Livingston Academy, first man there was number 66, Stephen Barlow, along with 3 or 4 other of the Wildcat defenders. And that's where the Greenbriar Bobcats will put it in play. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The turnover costing Greenbriar a field goal there. Give the Cats a 9-0 lead. It's been total domination, actually, at this point, as Greenbriar has 12 yards in the contest so far.
So Livingston Academy's defense really doing a job on the Bobcat offense. It is 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Dickerson back in there at quarterback. It's going to be an option pass, and that won't work. It's number 44 for Livingston Academy. James Klaus comes in and tackles Holder as he was going to try a halfback pass. Another bit of trickery for the Bobcats, and that one blows up in their face once again. As that time, great pressure coming in by the Wildcat defensive line and linebackers, and Klaus able to get in there and make the big stop.
Great pursuit there. Greenbriar had only 1 man in the route, and he was well covered. Everly and Hauser both on the 1 receiver, so really nowhere for him to go, but he didn't have time to even get it off.
2nd down and long now as Dickerson will take it, and will be hit once again as this time Matt Copeland comes in and applies the tackle. As Dickerson took it, tried to skirt around the right end, and the pursuit by the Wildcats was very good once again. as the flow comes to the right and Matt Copeland comes in, makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and long now for the Bobcats, and so field position is going to start to play a factor in this second quarter. Is right now 3rd down and long for the Bobcats. Livingston Academy, if Bobcats don't make the first down, should come out with some pretty good field position.
That's exactly right, Sid. Greenbriar been backed up all night. They've tried a little bit of everything. That was supposed to be a counter option coming back to their side, and just nothing there for them.
So 3rd down and long. Dickerson takes it, and we'll drop back to pass pursuit, and we'll fire it up the field, number 44 with the reception. And he will get a first down, as that time the receiver, Derek Adams, the fullback, came out in the pass formation, gets the ball to midfield, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Nice catch and run that time by number 44, Derek Adams, as he was able to break a few tackles, get the ball ahead for a first down, as that was a 24-yard pass play from Dickerson to Adams. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
See, that's the same play that they ran when they had the penalty earlier, and Adams was open, and he was open again. The Cats going to have to adjust to that.
1st and 10 for the Bobcats from midfield. Ball will be handed off and stuffed in the backfield, as that time the Wildcat down linemen and linebackers came pouring in, and the running back just really had nowhere to go as he went into the line and then was pushed back. That was the man who made the reception earlier, Derek Adams, and he's going to be shaken up.
Adams fell kind of funny there. He kind of got bent backwards, and I think that's what the problem is.
And right now they may be asking him who he is and where he's at as he's being held to the sidelines. He came up a little woozy as the Wildcat defense just smothered him under for a loss of about 4 yards on first down. So it'll be 2nd down 14, as that time Adams was stood up and knocked back, and several Wildcat defenders laying on top of him and slow to get up and had to be held to the sidelines. So it'll be 2nd down 14 to go now for the Bobcats.
As we mentioned earlier, Adams is their big back that's had the 100-yard games, at least a couple of them this year, so that's going to be a big loss for him if he can't come back.
Sure is. On 2nd down, quarterback takes in a little bit of trouble, gets away from the initial tacklers, and then will be brought down by number 21, Josh Parsons. But he gets some yardage back on 2nd down, does Dickerson, and we'll move it down to about the 45-yard line, where it will be 3rd down. As with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the first half, the clock continues to go on the running play. Wildcats lead at 9-0, and right now it's another 3rd down and long situation for the Bobcats.
Dickerson, a tough little runner. He's got 6 carries for 5 yards, and he's took a lot of punishment, but he'll keep going.
And right now, a big 3rd down play for Dickerson as he's under center for the Bobcats. We'll take him, we'll give it to, well, he fakes it. Now we'll carry it around left end, and we'll get a first down as Dickerson will carry the ball down to about the 30-yard line of Livingston Academy. So it'll be a first down for the Bobcats as they are now deep in Wildcat territory.
What you see when you face that wing T formation, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined because you'll stop them, and then they hit the big play. There, whoever had responsibility for the quarterback on that play wasn't there, results in a first down.
And a good fake that time by Dickerson. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Handoff will go to the first man through, and not quite sure which ball carrier that was. Number 22 was the ball carrier that time. That is Brandon Hadju. And he will pick up on first down about 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down 7 now for the Bobcats, as the ball is just beyond the Livingston Academy 30-yard line. 2nd down 7 for the Bobcats as Dickerson gets the call from the sidelines. They will break the huddle and bring his team to the line of scrimmage. Dickerson under center. Dickerson hands the ball off to Adams, who's back in there, and Adams will fall forward, being tackled there by number 20, James Parsons. So Adams back into the contest after leaving the field a little bit woozy. It'll set up now a 3rd down. And a pickup of about 4 yards on second down, so it'll be 3rd down and 3 yards to go as the ball rests at about the Livingston Academy 26-yard line. Dickerson under center, hands the ball off to Adams. Adams going to be met and stopped. Looked like that time number 32, Jonathan Cummings, coming in from his linebacker position, will make the tackle. So it'll be decision time once again for the Bobcats. It'll be 4th down, as with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. It's decision time now for Greenbriar.
It's an interesting call here. They got to go for it, but you don't know what to run in this situation if you're Greenbriar, because they have no play that's been consistent at getting a couple yards for them.
That's exactly right, and right now have a single wide receiver here to the near side. That is Holder. Dickerson will take and will roll, and Dickerson will move ahead for a 1st down. So that time, Dickerson on the keeper, comes around on the right end. Good blocking by the offensive lineman of Greenbriar, and Dickerson able to move ahead for a 1st and 10. Ball will be at the Wildcat 15-yard line. 9-yard run that time by Dickerson sets up a 1st and 10. Ball rests at the Wildcat 15-yard line. 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and the clock continues to count. As Dickerson will come, single wide receiver to the far side of the field. Dickerson under center will take and will give it to number 16. That is Wilhelm, and he will be brought down by number 60, David Stockton. And he will move the ball ahead to about the 14-yard line. Pickup of 1, so it'll be 2nd down 9, as with 1:50 left to go here in the first half. Greenbriar trying to score their initial score here in the game, as it will be Dickerson coming under center, single wide receiver to the far side, as Dickerson will fake it. Dickerson will keep it. Dickerson running, and he will be tackled. Coming in there, number 53, that was Derek Knappenberger. Knappenberger comes in and makes the tackle on the quarterback, so it'll set up now a 3rd down, as he will lose a yard, and Greenbriar will take a timeout. So with 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go here in the first half, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. Third down and long now for the Bobcats, as it will be 3rd down and a little bit more than 10 to go for the 1st down. 1 minute 17 left to go here. And there will be a penalty marker, as it will be an illegal shift.
I believe Everley just got another pick.
As that time, it looked like number 44, Derek Adams, moved towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. So that will be a penalty against the Bobcats.
Chris Everley picked the ball off, but I don't think the Cats will get a chance to decline that penalty. Looks like they're going to let them, but they shouldn't. On that particular penalty, they shouldn't have a chance to decline it.
And it will be declined, and the Wildcats, Chris Everley with the interception, will give the Wildcats the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats.
Well, Everley had one taken away from him earlier this year, so that only makes it right.
So that'll be a fair exchange, as Everley will get the pick, as I thought that on a situation like that, if it was an illegal shift, that would be a dead ball foul. But the officials didn't see it that way, let the play continue, and on the ensuing play, it was intercepted. So the Wildcats go into power I formation with 1 minute 13 left to go here in the first half. Richardson will give it to Parsons. Parsons moves the ball beyond the 10-yard line. So on 1st down, Josh Parsons moves the ball ahead. And it'll be 2nd down now for Livingston Academy, as Parsons moves ahead for about 6 yards, make it closer to 7 yards, as the official spots the football down. And now with 45 seconds left to go, Livingston Academy has it 2nd down and short. Power I formation once again in the backfield. Richardson under center. We'll take and we'll give it to Parsons. Parsons being hit and dropped. First man there, number 41. That is Justin Adams on the tackle.
I think he's short of a first down. Greenbriar may want to take a timeout.
Livingston Academy has it 3rd and short. The clock will continue to run. And the Wildcats may not have to run another play as it's down to 15 seconds. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to take this lead into the half as they do not have to run another play. And that's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, your score is Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing.
Congratulations, Josh.
Go ahead and go.
First half statistics, Livingston Academy, 19 rushes for 129 yards. They had 6 yards through the air. Richardson 1 of 3, 135 total yards. For Greenbriar, 17 rushes for 38 yards. They had 24 yards on 1 of 2 passing for 62 total yards. They had 1 interception and 1 fumble for a total of 2 turnovers. Livingston Academy did not turn the ball over. Livingston Academy with 5 first downs, Greenbriar 4. There's 1 punt in the first half. Greenbriar punted for 42 yards and a touchback and 1 penalty and hit against Greenbriar for 5 yards. Leading the Wildcats is Josh Parsons with 14 carries for 91 yards. Matt Hauser 4 for 33 and a score. James Parsons 1 for 5. Richardson's 1 of 3 for 6 yards. Hauser has that catch for 6 yards. Leading Greenbriar is Stetson Dickerson rushing 9 carries for 25 yards.
And right now, Livingston Academy just about to get set with a kickoff here to begin the second half, as it will be Shaw's Daniels to do the kicking honors for the Wildcats. As the official will blow the whistle, Daniels will come forward, and it's another high, short kick. Will be taken by an up man, Adams at the 30. Adams to the 33, 34-yard line, being strung out and will be dropped. As that's where the Bobcats will have it in play, 1st and 10, as the man on the bottom of the pile was Jordan Looper. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats as the ball rests at about the 34-yard line. So that's where Greenbriar will put it in play as Livingston Academy leads it 9-0. And as Mark said in the stats there right before the start of the second half, a pretty much dominating performance right now by Livingston Academy. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Dickerson will hand it off to Adams. Adams being stood up. First man there, James Parsons, and he will be hit for no gain on 1st down. So a good push that time by the Wildcats, as now they say he will get about a yard on 1st down. It looked like he got stood up at the line of scrimmage, but they will give him progress for 1 yard, and it'll be 2nd down for the Bobcats.
5 carries for a -1 yard for Greenbriar's running back Derek Adams.
As it's 2nd down now, and 1 wide receiver here to the near side, 1 to the far side. As Dickerson will take and will roll. Dickerson will then go up into the middle and will be hit. Tried to keep on going as number 78, Elliott Vaughn, was the man on the bottom of the pile, and he had to finally just reach out and grab Dickerson as he was continuing to run. And that sets up now a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the 1st down.
As we said, Stetson Dickerson, a good hard runner. They're giving the Cats a little bit of trouble when they fake inside and Dickerson gets on the corner, kind of like a counter option. That time is run all the way, and Dickerson doing a good job for Greenbriar.
Dickerson continuing to move, trying to get as much yardage as possible. 3rd down and 4 now for the Bobcats. As Dickerson will keep it, and he's in trouble and will be brought down. As getting there, number 44, James Klaus, along with James Parsons, Nathan Randolph, and Derek Knappenberger for the tackle. So Wildcats get a good stand on the defensive side that time, setting up a 4th down now for the Bobcats. 10 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats lead it 9-0. And now Greenbriar will have to punt the football away.
They want to set the tone on that first possession of the second half, and the Wildcats defense did at that time.
So Matt Hauser will drop back to receive the punt, and the ball is punted away. High punt will be taken by Hauser up at about the 30-yard line and maybe to the 31, and that's where the Wildcats will have it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Livingston Academy will have it 1st and 10.
34 yards on the punt, yard or two on the return, not really anywhere to go on that one.
As it will be 1st and 10 for Livingston Academy. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. That is Looper and Hauser. Everley at the far side. Single running back is Josh Parsons behind quarterback Robert Richardson. Richardson will take and will give it to Parsons. Parsons gets around on the end and will move it up to the 40-yard line, maybe to the 41. So another good run on 1st down. And it will be another 1st and 10 for Livingston Academy, as that time Parsons rushes the ball ahead and gets it to the 42-yard line.
With that carry, Parsons goes over 100 yards in the game, 15 carries, 102 yards.
Great running tonight by the running back, Josh Parsons, for the Wildcats. As it will be 1st and 10 Wildcats, 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near side, as Richardson goes under center. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Richardson fires the ball downfield, intercepted. Coming up, number 41, that is Justin Adams. And Adams then loses the football. It's on the ground. There is a scramble for it. And Greenbriar has recovered. So the Wildcats' first turnover results in a big play for the Bobcats, as they have the ball inside the Wildcat 20-yard line. And right now, Greenbriar set up in great shape. 8:59 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, as Livingston Academy's 9-0 lead is now in jeopardy, as it's going to be 1st down and 10.
Richardson never saw Adams on that play, Justin Adams, as he stepped in front playing linebacker. He tried to hit the curl route to Hauser, and Hauser was open as far as the defensive backs, but you got to watch that underneath linebacker.
1st and 10, Dickerson will take it, will roll, and will fire the football downfield, and it will be intercepted by Chris Everley. And Everley has his 2nd pick of the night. Great defensive play once again by Chris Everley. And Everley racking up some impressive numbers on the interceptions this season.
That gives Everley 8 interceptions for the year, 1 short of the school record. And we still have 2 games and a half and hopefully the playoffs to go. So.
And Livingston Academy, getting the 2nd turnover of the night, now has the football deep in their own territory. As it will be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Power I formation in the backfield. Richardson will give it to Parsons, and he will be tripped up and dropped after moving the ball ahead. And Parsons will pick up about 2 yards. Make it closer to 1 yard now, as the lineman will pull the ball back. And it will be 2nd down and 9. As Livingston Academy comes out into the power I formation once again. Richardson takes the snap and will drop back to pass. Richardson fires the ball long downfield. Out there, and it is incomplete. It's coming up was number 34, Andy Allred. Richardson was on target with it, but Allred just unable to pull in the football.
Excellent pass that time. Richardson puts it right on the money, but unfortunately for the Wildcats, they didn't come up with it, and we got a 3rd and long situation.
3rd down 9 for the Wildcats. 8 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter after the incomplete pass. So Livingston Academy, 3rd down and 9. And it will be the power I formation once again. Richardson under center. Richardson will take and will pitch it to Hauser. Hauser then will cut it back, and Hauser gets a seam. He's at the 20, 25, 30. Hauser will get the ball beyond the 35-yard line to about the 38. And the Wildcats convert on 3rd down with the tall sweep, and Hauser picking his way up the field for a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Livingston been pounding it up the middle with Parsons, pounding it up the middle that time. They get Hauser on the sweep, same play they scored a touchdown on. He's able to pick up about 15, 16 yards, get a first down.
And, of course, that was good presence on the field for Hauser as he was able to see that the flow was going over to the sidelines, and he was able to cut it back into the middle, found a seam, and got a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. First down 10 for Livingston Academy. I formation in the backfield. Hauser at the tail of the tandem, and one wide receiver here at the near side, one on the far side. Sweep. And it will be a halfback pass. Hauser throwing the football for Everley, and it is incomplete. As that time on coverage was Jamie Wilhelm. Once again, Hauser, who had played quarterback last season, capable of throwing the football, threw the ball out there for Everley, and Everley just unable to come up with it.
Again, it looks like the Wildcats are able to get deep after some kind of play action. They're able to get behind the secondary of Greenbriar, and I think we're going to see them try to strike deep again. That's the thing to do against this cover 2 sometimes when they got 2 safeties, is try to hit it between the corner before the safety gets there.
And now Livingston Academy going back to the power I formation. It will be the sweep once again to Hauser. Hauser has blockers out in front, and then he will step out of bounds after getting to the 42-yard line. Hauser will carry the ball to the 42-yard line, and it'll set up 3rd down now for Livingston Academy. 3rd down 6 for the Wildcats, as Richardson, getting the play from the sidelines, will come into the huddle with the offensive call, and will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. Power I set back in the formation once again, as Richardson will go under center. Richardson, long count. And there will be a fumbled snap as that time Richardson trying to go on the hard count. And it looks like Livingston Academy did retain possession, but it will be 4th down now for the Wildcats. And it looks like Livingston Academy will be punting the football away.
Busted play there, Sid. Some center quarterback exchange. Somebody snapped, either the snap's on the wrong count or something messed up on the play, and the Cats lose a yard and a critical 3rd down.
And right now, Livingston Academy can't get it sorted out on 4th down, so they'll take a timeout. So with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. And Matt Hauser will stand back there to handle the punting duties for Livingston Academy. Back deep is number 16, Jamie Wilhelm, to receive the punt from Matt Hauser. As the official will blow his whistle, and David Stockton to snap the ball back, and he will get it back. Low snap to Hauser. Hauser gets the punt away. It's a low punt, and it will drop down, and will be taken in by Wilhelm, and he will be hit and dropped down. As that time, Livingston Academy got great pressure downfield. Number 34, Andy Allred on the tackle, along with number 78, Elliott Vaughn. So big stop by the Wildcats on the punt.
36 yards on the punt, a couple yards on return. Good coverage that time.
Very good coverage that time by the Wildcats downfield. This will be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats have a 9-point lead, and the Bobcats now have the football. As going under center will be Dickerson. Dickerson gives it to the first man into the line. That is going to be Adams, number 44. And he will carry the ball up to about the 25-yard line. So a gain of 1 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down now and 9 yards to go for the Bobcats, as the clock will continue to run on the running play. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. As Greenbriar will come to the line of scrimmage, quarterback is Stetson Dickerson. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Dickerson under center. Will take and will give it to Wilhelm. Wilhelm gets it across the 30, and there will be a penalty marker down on the play. Tackle made by James Parsons. But we'll wait and see what the flag will be, as it was thrown at about the line of scrimmage. And it will be holding against the Bobcats. So that penalty will back up a pretty good yardage gainer that time. And we'll wait and see where the official spots it, as it will be taken back to the original line of scrimmage and will be marched off 10 yards from that point.
So instead of third and short, Sid, we got second and about 18, second and long.
So a big penalty that time for the Bobcats backs them up, takes away a good ground gainer that time by the running back, and it will be second down, 18 yards to go. Clock continues to run now. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Second down. Dickerson under center. Will take and fake. He will roll. Now Dickerson pulls it down. He's in some trouble, and he will be brought down. First man there was Jonathan Cummings, and then coming in, James Parsons, along with Elliott Vaughn. Big stop that time by the Wildcats.
Matt Copeland in there too on that one. The Wildcats just run through them, but we got a penalty.
Penalty marker down, and it will be against Livingston Academy, as the official brings the football up the field and will place it down. So it'll be second down once again. And it will be second down and 8 yards to go.
Well, the yard marker says third down. I'm not really sure. I think it was after the play, but I thought that may be an automatic first down.
And now a penalty marker will come in from the side. I'm not sure what happened on this play, so we'll wait. Dead ball offsides, Wildcats. So another penalty against Livingston Academy. And that will move the football down even closer. So it'll be third down now and about 2. As if the yard marker across the way is correct, it is third down.
Said we're right back to where we almost was a while ago before the holding call. It was about third in this situation, and we've had 3 plays, and they're back to the same situation.
So now third down and short. Ball will be handed off to Adams, and Adams will get the first down. Adams moves it across the 35-yard line, gets it up to about the 37. So that'll make it first and 10 for the Bobcats. First and 10 for Greenbriar. As the clock will continue to run, 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
Very quick moving game. Neither team putting the ball in the air. Cats can get into the fourth quarter with this 9-point lead. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the Bobcats.
And right now, first and 10. Handoff will go to Wilhelm. He's in some trouble and will be brought down at about the line of scrimmage, number 60. Or I should say, yes, it was number 60, David Stockton on the tackle. Pickup of about 1 yard on first down. It'll be second down and 9. That time the flow went back into the middle of the field, and Stockton was there to get the back on a good defensive play that time by David Stockton. So it'll be second down 9. Just under 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Stetson Dickerson under center. Single wide receiver here to the near side. Dickerson will keep it and will slip down and fall. As that time, no one around him as he started to make his cut, lost his footing and went down. So Dickerson will lose yardage. He'll set up now a third down and about 11 yards to go for the first down. Third down and long for Greenbriar. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Split backs in the backfield behind quarterback Dickerson. Dickerson will take and will fake and will roll out the pass. Dickerson in some trouble. Will fire it up the field. There's Adams. Adams will get a first down. As Derek Adams gets the pass completion, tackle made by Derek Knappenberger, but he gets it to midfield. It'll be first and 10 for Greenbriar.
Cats went man coverage on that, or Hauser came over here over the slot receiver. Everley and Hauser had them covering. Where we're having trouble bringing a guy all the way across the field. That time the linebacker, Derek Knappenberger, gets there, but it's too late to prevent the first down.
1st and 10 for Greenbriar. Handoff will go to Adams. Adams going to be stacked up in the middle. Copeland there, also Cummings. So it'll set up 2nd down now for Greenbriar. Pickup of 2 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down, 8. 2nd down, 8 for the Bobcats. Ball rests at the Wildcat 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers go to the wide side of the field. And now Dickerson will take a timeout. So with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. 2nd down now for Greenbriar. Ball rests at the Wildcat 48-yard line. Stetson Dickerson under center. 2 wide receivers at the far side. Dickerson under center. And in motion, ball will be handed off to number 19. And running back Bobby George will be taken down, as it was Stockton along with Knappenberger along on the stop. So it'll be 3rd down, loss of about a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. A minute 44 left to go, and the clock will continue to run on the running play.
On that particular play, Justin Adams, the slot receiver, come back and crack back on Jonathan Cummins. It was a clip. The referee didn't see the call, I guess, but it was a clip out there. Got to be watchful of that.
3rd down, 9 now for Greenbriar. Ball will be faked. Dickerson back to pass, fires it up the field, incomplete. Intending it for the pass catcher of the night, number 44, Derek Adams. He was in great coverage back there by the Wildcats, so it's going to be 4th down and long for Greenbriar, and Livingston Academy going to be getting the football back. A minute 17 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, as Matt Hauser will step back to about his own 20-yard line to await the punt from number 41, Justin Adams. Adams stands back at his own 38. Now the official will blow the whistle. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to take a timeout. So with a minute 16 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. 4th down now for Greenbriar, as they will be punting the football to Livingston Academy. Hauser stands back at about his own 17-yard line, as Adams will get the football away. Pressure applied by the Wildcats. Gets away a punt, punts it away from Hauser. Hauser then lets it go, and it will be down deep in Wildcat territory. Ball will be placed down at about the 4-yard line. So Wildcats have a long field to work with here, as they will have it 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. 1 minute, 6 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, as Livingston Academy has a 9-0 lead, but are deep in their own territory. So right now the Wildcats are going to have to watch out and keep their hands on the football. They don't want to give up a score here on a turnover deep in their own territory.
That's exactly right, Sid. Derek Adams doing an excellent job punting for Greenbriar tonight. On 3 punts, he's averaging 40 yards a punt. That one rolls all the way down to the 4-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 4-yard line. Power I formation in the backfield. Ball will be handed off to Parsons. And Parsons will get some yardage over on the right side, as Josh Parsons carries the football once again. And we'll pick up about 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down, 7 for Livingston Academy. 45 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, as Ryan Ledbetter will come out of the game. Chris Everley checks in the contest. And Livingston Academy 2nd down, 2 wide receivers here to the near side, Hauser and Everley. I formation in the backfield behind quarterback Robert Richardson. Richardson will take and will give it to Parsons. Parsons trying to hit it up the middle, and Parsons will be tackled there by number 12, Brandon Holder. But Parsons looked like he was going to be stacked up in the middle, was able to squirt free And it's now going to be 3rd down. And the Wildcats will need 1, maybe a half yard to go. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. 3rd down short to begin the 4th quarter for Livingston Academy.
In the 4th quarter, Livingston Academy 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
As Livingston Academy will come out, 2 wide receivers here to the near side, Hauser and Everley. I formation in the backfield, James Parsons the fullback, Josh Parsons at tailback.
Wildcats have an unbalanced line to this side, and that's where they're going.
And Parsons gets the carry, and will move the ball ahead to about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Livingston Academy.
1st and 10, Livingston Academy. Wildcats put a slot over here right against the sideline, and then they had 3 linemen on this side of the center. I didn't see who flipped over here, but they had 6 offensive linemen in there. Didn't have a tight end on that play.
And Livingston Academy's Josh Parsons continues to add to his rushing total on the night. Sets up 1st and 10 for Livingston Academy. I formation in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field this time. As the ball will be handed off to Josh Parsons. Parsons tries to go over the left end and will be hit and dropped. As it was number 65 coming in there, J.B. Evans on the tackle. As Parsons this time will get about a yard, so it'll be 2nd down 9 for Livingston Academy.
Same formation there to the wide side of the field, but not near as successful that time. Parsons with 120 yards on 20 carries.
Good rushing totals tonight for Josh Parsons. As, once again, I formation in the backfield. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Richardson will take and will roll to pass. Richardson fires the ball long downfield, and it will be incomplete as it was intended for Matt Hauser. And back on coverage, number 16, Jamie Wilhelm. Hauser was unable to come up with it. So it'll set up 3rd down and long now for Livingston Academy. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here in the football game. As the Wildcats, would I assume, and I am sure they would love to convert on this 3rd down, because if not, Greenbriar will get great field position if the Wildcats have to punt from this point. 3rd down and long for Livingston Academy. They go into the power I formation as Jonathan Cummings is at the tail of the trio. Ball will be faked, and Richardson will keep it, and Richardson will get the ball to about the 24-yard line.
That's Hauser at quarterback this time, Sid.
As Hauser was in at quarterback, they had Jonathan Cummings at the tail of the trio on the power I formation. And so on 4th down, Livingston Academy will be punting the football away. Matt Hauser will be back to punt.
First time we've seen the option. That was supposed to be an option when Cummings is the pitch man. First time we've seen that this year.
And pressure applied by Greenbriar. Hauser was able to get it away.
It hit him.
And the ball was touched.
That hit him. I think it hit a Greenbriar player.
And I'm not sure if the official saw it or not. The ball was touched, but the official has as of yet to make a signal. And it will look like Greenbriar will retain possession, as that time did look like the football hit a Greenbriar player. Wildcats fell on it. But they are going to say that the Wildcats touched the ball. And it will be at the 44-yard line of Greenbriar, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
David Stockton's got long arms, but I don't believe he's got that long arm, Sid, to reach that football.
In any event, Bobcats will have the football 1st and 10 as Dickerson will fake, and then we'll give it to number 19, the running back, Bobby George. George will take it across the 45 to about the 50-yard line. So there'll be a pickup of 6 yards on 1st down. It'll make it 2nd down and 4.
Knappenberger with good lateral pursuit on that one, and Chris Everley there as well on the tackle. 6-yard gain.
2nd down 4 now for the Bobcats. Dickerson under center will take and will give it to that man fumble on the play, and it looks like Greenbriar will fall on it. As that time the ball carrier, Bobby George, once again had the ball raked away from him, but Greenbriar was able to fall on it, so it'll set up now a third down. Pickup of about 1 yard on second down, so it'll be third down and 3. 9 minutes left to go in the football game. As now the clock becoming a factor as all these running plays, the clock continues to run. Livingston Academy content to have Greenbriar run the football as they have a 9-0 lead. One wide receiver here to the near side. Dickerson under center. Will take and will give it to George once again, and he will be brought down at the 50-yard line. Elliott Vaughn and Jonathan Cummings there. As that time the Wildcat down lineman and linebacker came in to make the tackle on the running back, Bobby George. It'll be fourth down from the 50-yard line, so now Greenbriar will have to punt the football away. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go as the clock will continue to run.
It's a good job, Elliott Vaughn, on that play. Here, Greenbriar's got to be worried. They need 2 scores, 8 minutes to go, but they're going to punt the football.
And Justin Adams will be punting it, and he will kick the football away from Hauser as it will be going down. And Hauser will pick it up and run with it. Hauser will get the ball back across the 20 and will get it up past the 25 and get it to about the 27-yard line. So that's where the Wildcats will have it in play, first and 10. Very dangerous that time was Matt Hauser as the ball bounced on the near side. But as we've seen so many times in the past, he will let the ball hit the ground and then come up, scoop it up, and make some positive yardage out of it.
Greenbriar trying to angle that ball to the far side of the field away from him, but it just took a bounce where he was able to get to it. It is a dangerous play, but after the last one rolling dead on the floor, I think Hauser wanted to redeem himself a little bit.
And he certainly did with that play. It's first and 10 Wildcats, 2 wide receivers here to the near side, single running back in the backfield behind quarterback Robert Richardson. Richardson will give it to Parsons. Parsons gets it across the 30-yard line and will be tackled at that point. So that'll set up now a second down for Livingston Academy as the clock continues to run. 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the football game. Wildcats lead it 9-0 as the ball is just across the Wildcat 30-yard line. Second down. I formation in the backfield. James Parsons the fullback, Josh Parsons the tailback. 2 wide receivers here to the near side of the field.
Again, we got an unbalanced line to this side.
Richardson will hand the ball off Parsons. Parsons, big yardage once again as he takes the ball and will move it to about the 38-yard line. And that will be enough for a first and 10 for Livingston Academy.
What Livingston Academy is doing is taking the tight end, Andy Allred, and putting him away from the slot. They're doing it again this time. Now we've got a more natural set, though. We have
first and 10 Wildcats. I formation, 2 wide receivers at the far side of the field. Richardson will hand the ball off to Cummings, who's in there at tailback, and Jonathan Cummings will carry the football across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Cummings' first carry of the night. Second down, Livingston Academy. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, and the clock will continue to count. Richardson gets the play from the sidelines, will break the huddle and bring his team to the line of scrimmage. Hauser and Everley to the wide side of the field. I formation, James Parsons the fullback, Jonathan Cummings at tailback. Richardson under center. Will take and will give it to the fullback. Parsons will break ahead and will get it to about the 49-yard line, so James Parsons carries for a first and 10 for Livingston Academy.
8-yard pickup for Parsons that time. James Parsons, his second carry of the game. First down, Wildcats.
So now James Parsons taking up some of the slack for the Wildcats in the running game as Josh is sitting out. Cummings playing tailback, but the fullback, James Parsons, rushes ahead for a first and 10 for the Wildcats. A single running back behind quarterback Richardson. Looper here to the near side. Hauser and Everley to the far side. Richardson under center. Will take the snap and will give it to Cummings. Cummings will fire up into the middle and will be stood up and dropped. As that time Jonathan Cummings The single running back in the backfield got the call on first down, and we'll wait and see where the official spots it. It will be just inside the 50, closer to the 49-yard line in Greenbriar territory. So it'll be 2nd down and 9.
The Wildcats, I think that's the first time we've seen that set with the slot and the tight end on the same side. The single receiver over here by himself was Jordan Looper, and he's going to get man coverage in that situation. Looper's got the same thing up on the top side of the field this time. He's got single coverage up there.
Single running back once again for the Wildcats. Hand off to Cummings. Cummings will get the ball across to about the 46-yard line on 2nd down. So it'll set up now a 3rd down for Livingston Academy. 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the football game. Very quick moving football game this evening as Livingston Academy holds on for a 9-0 lead. Wildcats plays for a 3rd down and 6 from the Bobcat 46-yard line. One wide receiver here to the near side, Everley. Hauser to the far side. As now Everley becomes the man in motion, ball will be snapped and fumbled. Richardson will take it and will move the ball ahead. But it will be for
I think it's being touched as soon as he got the football. I think you're going to spot it back here.
And it will be 4th down now for Livingston Academy. So on the fumbled snap, Wildcats unable to run their play. The clock will go under 4 minutes as it will be Matt Hauser stepping back to punt the ball away. Going deep is Jamie Wilhelm for Greenbriar. The ball is snapped back to Hauser. Hauser gets the punt away. End over end punt will be taken in by Wilhelm. Wilhelm, it will be knocked down, number 34 for the Wildcats. Andy Allred on the big hit on Wilhelm. And it will be spotted down at the 18-yard line. That's where the Bobcats will have it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line.
Wildcats able to run off 4.5 minutes on that drive, and even though it didn't look like they went very far, they got a couple first downs. They were able to run some valuable time off the clock. Greenbriar needs 2 scores to win this football game.
And right now, Greenbriar has the football 1st and 10. Dickerson will roll out and will pass the football, and catching it and then dropping it, number 25. That is Jared Cummings for the Bobcats. Had his hands on the football, was unable to come up with the catch. It'll be 2nd down now. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go as the clock stops on the incomplete pass. 2nd down 10 now for the Bobcats.
Got Greenbriar in a situation they don't like to be in, playing from behind, and this wing T, you just don't throw the ball that well unless it's unexpected. And right now the Wildcats defense are expecting a pass, and it's going to be difficult for Greenbriar to be able to throw the football.
Very, very difficult to throw from that wing T formation. 2 wide receivers here to the near side as Dickerson will take the ball and roll the pass. Dickerson will fire it up the field. Wilhelm's there. Tackle made by Matt Hauser. He will get the ball out to the 30-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 from that point as the Bobcats pick up the 1st down with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in the football game. 9-0 is the lead for the Wildcats. Greenbriar with the football at their own 30-yard line. As going out was Holder. Play coming in from the sidelines. Stetson Dickerson is the quarterback. He will go under center. Single running back in the backfield. That is Adams. 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. Dickerson will take and will roll that way. Dickerson fires the ball upfield. Airmail it over everyone's head. Will go out of bounds. It was intended for number 89, Joey Ellis, but no one was going to catch that pass. That was a good 10 yards above both the receiver's head and the defender's head. It goes out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd down now for Greenbriar. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the football game.
Livingston Academy is probably going to give them some underneath stuff. Just try to keep the big play from happening. They'll run the time clock out on themselves.
As Dickerson will keep the football on 2nd down, it will be snowed under as the pursuit that time flowed with him. Jeremy McDonald on the tackle along with Josh Parsons, also Jonathan Cummings in there. as McDonald was shaken up a little bit. He will come out of the football game. And Greenbriar will take a timeout. So with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the football game, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. Third down and long now for the Bobcats, as Stetson Dickerson under center, 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field.
He's going to roll to his right here.
And Dickerson will take the football, roll out, and will be pursued, and will be brought down, number 58, Matt Copeland there on the tackle. So that'll set up now a 4th down, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the football game. And the Wildcats going to get their hands on the football once again, 4th down and long. As right now it looks like that Greenbriar is going to go for it on 4th and long. So,
well, they got to go for it here. See, 2 minutes to go in the ball game. They're 2 scores down. They got to go for it. And
so it's 4th down.
Formation. You're going to see Dickerson probably roll to his left here.
So it's 4th down once again for Greenbriar. And Dickerson will take and will roll to throw. Dickerson gets the ball away, incomplete. The ball will go over. Livingston Academy going to go on and win this football game. 1 minute, 48 seconds left to go with a 9-0 lead. And the Wildcats get win number 7 on the season. They will go to 7-1. As
that win clinches a playoff berth for the Wildcats. They can do no worse now than make the playoffs.
And of course, next week, the big game against Portland, as Portland is undefeated. And that will be a very, very big contest for Livingston Academy. Power I formation in the backfield. Behind quarterback Richardson. Ball will be handed off to James Parsons, and Parsons will be stacked up. And now Greenbriar will take a timeout. So with 1 minute 42 left to go in the ball game, it's Livingston Academy 9, Greenbriar nothing. Second down now for Livingston Academy. Power I formation in the backfield. 1 minute 42 left to go in the football game. Richardson will take it and will give it to Parsons. Parsons taking it up the middle once again will be stacked up by the interior line of Greenbriar. So the clock will continue to run. 1 minute 30 left to go. Wildcats will face a 3rd down now.
The Wildcats game next week with Portland, if the Cats should win that game and then beat Macon County, they would be the #1 seed. They own all the tiebreaker right in a 3-way tie, that is, if Portland and should Portland, White House, and Livingston Academy end up in a tie. As many expect White House to run the table from here on out, but of course if DeKalb County could throw a kink in that, or the Cats are in a good situation if they win next week.
3rd down, the carry will go by Cummings, and Cummings will get the ball to about the 25-yard line. Make it closer to the 26-yard line, as it'll be 4th down now, as with 40 seconds, and the clock will continue to count. Wildcats at this point just needing to run a play as Wildcats line up in the power I formation here on 4th down. Richardson. I'll sweep. It will go to Cummings. Cummings running with the football. Gets it to the 20, to the 15. And Livingston Academy will get a first down for Livingston Academy, as with 9 seconds left to go here in the football game.
They won't have to
Wildcats
snap
get
the ball
first
again.
down. And now the clock will be run, and Livingston Academy wins this football game as they defeat Greenbriar by a final score of 9-0. For Wayne Farrell, Jennifer Spears, Benny Buck, and Mark Hauser, this is Sid Carr saying so long from Livingston Academy.